right, so it's about 11:30 a.m. right now on the East Coast. And by the way, cheers, guys. I appreciate you all for tuning in. As always, we actually just hit 40,000 subscribers a couple of days ago, and I can't thank you guys enough. So again, cheers. Thanks for all the support. So it's about 11:30 a.m. right now on the East Coast, and all of the indexes, except for the Russell, the small caps index, they're all in the red, right? The Russell's up 0.5%, but the Nasdaq's down 1%. The S&P and the Dow are each down about 0.2 to 0.3%, and the VIX is creeping up as well. So we have to break down the indexes, the charts here, my thoughts, and some stocks that I'm looking at. But first, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Again, we just hit 40,000, but next, we're coming for that 50,000 subscriber mark, guys. Make sure to subscribe and get up to 15 stocks for a moo with at least a $100 deposit. And get this, guys, now they just added a $30 cash reward as well for just simply depositing $100. Look at this right here. You deposit $100, you get 5 stocks and a $30 cash reward. Deposit $1,000, you get 10 more stocks, and again, your uninvested cash will earn up to 8.1%. So check out that Moomoo link down below, or go to stocksurfs.com/Moomoo. And again, cheers. With that being said, let's jump into it. So, like I said, guys, all of the indexes except for the small caps index, the Russell, they're all in the red with volatility creeping up. And you can see here on SPY, which you guys know is the S&P 500, the ETF that a lot of people look at for the S&P 500. This sold off pretty drastically between 10:30 a.m. to about 10:45 a.m. So in a 15-minute window, we saw SPY go from 584 down to about 581.50, a drop of around 0.5% in about 10-15 minutes. And Triple Q, like I said, with it being the most red today, this saw an even bigger drop during that time period. About 10:30 a.m., we were at 496.30, and we got all the way down to 490.50. So we dumped around 1.2% in the span of 15 minutes, guys. So yeah, we are selling across the board today to start off the day. I mean, we're only 2 hours in, but the key thing here, guys, is we are starting to form some sort of bottom here, as you guys can see on Triple Q. On the intraday, we're holding around 490 to 491, 492, putting in a bit of a bottom. Excuse me, guys. And on SPY, we can see this, the same thing. If I zoom in, we had that big sell-off we just talked about. Now we're consolidating at about 581 to 582. So the million-dollar question is, guys, do bulls come in and push this thing higher? I think it's possible heading into the second half of the day. I really do, because here on the 5-day 15-minute, you can see it on the 5-day 5-minute as well. We're still clearly uptrending, and on the 15-minute chart, we're still above the 180 moving average, which very obviously has held over the last couple of days throughout the course of this week, last week, right? Each little pullback that we've seen on SPY, we've held this point, and same thing on Triple Q, I'm pretty sure, right? Well, now we're slightly under the 180 SMA on the 15-minute, but still, we are maintaining an uptrend very clearly here, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if we did close on a nice upswing today. That's just my take. As of right now, that would not surprise me, guys. At this point, Triple Q already broke out of 495, showing that momentum is building up for the bulls. 494, 495 being the high from the end of September. So we broke out of that yesterday. Now we're back under it, so keep that in mind. We are at 492 now, so slightly under that resistance from the end of September, but again, the fact that we broke out of it yesterday just shows the momentum for the bulls. And now I'm looking to see, if we retake that 495 level and start pushing towards 500, 505 here on Triple Q, which obviously is the all-time high from the middle of July. So I'm liking the way that, we're seeing a healthy pullback right now. That's pretty much all this is. You can see on the 4-hour, we're still above both moving averages on Triple Q, and on SPY, we are very much so above both moving averages still. So I wouldn't be surprised if this dip gets bought up, as it is a healthy, much needed little pullback on these indexes. And the Russell, guys, is showing a lot of momentum here. This is a good sign, considering 2250 has been resistance for quite some time, about 2-3 months, right? So now we're really pushing past 2250 towards 2300, which that's a big spot of resistance as well. That, quite frankly, needs to break. We got to get out of there on the Russell. Then eventually all-time highs will hit. And we do have an ascending triangle. I mean, you guys see it clear as day here on the Russell. That's very bullish. So keep your eyes on that break above 2275, 2300 for the triangle to play out. That means, again, all-time highs could be right around the corner. So what do you guys think about that? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And by the way, run those likes up. Let's get at least 100 likes. Come on, at least 100 likes on this video. And let me show you now some stocks that are moving, man. CCL is back over $20 per share, which this is one that, yeah, it might be a bit overbought right now, but we did call it out here. Do you guys literally see my previous analysis? We had this downwards channel. I told you guys, watch for the break at 1850. Boom. We ripped out of there right on schedule, and now we're pushing $21. So this is one that is clearly, directionally bullish. We're building momentum. Now I'm just waiting for a pullback, right? If CCL pulls back, that'd be an interesting spot. Potentially, if it comes down to 1950, $20, that could be an interesting spot for an entry point, right? So CCL is up 6% on the day today. Looks like DJT continues to move, guys. DJT's up 11%. Now it's up from $11, so it's pretty much up 200%. A nice almost 3x there off that low, which is unbelievable. So DJT's moving in the heat of the election. It's obviously a very risky stock. I wouldn't buy it or mess with it at all. Maybe a quick day trade here and there. But, it's one that I'm watching, as it is up 11% on the day. We also have Best Buy moving, guys. We haven't talked about this one, which has kind of been quiet since the last time they reported earnings about a month and a half ago. When was that? The end of August, so about a month and a half ago, we reported earnings. The stock shot to $100, and we've kind of been consolidating there for almost 2 months now. So if Best Buy, BBY here, I always mix this one up with, what's the other one? Bed Bath & Beyond. They went bankrupt, but whatever. That's besides the point here. BBY looks really good on the charts, man. We're still holding higher lows. Obviously, we're holding an uptrend. You guys can see right here all these higher lows being held. And, well, we're squeezing into the $100 to $103 level of resistance, which ultimately it looks like that wants to break, right? If BBY could take out 100 to 102, 103, this could really start pushing again. So I'm going to wait for it. I'll put 2 alerts on BBY. Something tells me it won't happen very quickly here, but whenever it does happen, if it does happen, we break out of there, I'll set my alerts so I'm alerted. And that's the beautiful thing, guys, about setting alerts on whatever trading platform you use, because you a lot of the time look at a lot of different stocks every day, and it's impossible to remember all of them. But when you're trading, when you're sitting at your desk and you hear that ding go off, you're like, oh wait, there's an alert. You look at the top, you see it, and then you go to the stock, and boom, you have the opportunity to trade it. So make sure to set your alerts when possible, or when you want to watch a stock for it to break a certain level. Make sure to set those alerts, guys. very, very important. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and shout out to everybody that's been joining the Patreon, where I'm building my private Patreon portfolio. I'm buying stocks every single week, and I'm posting all my moves on Patreon, the real-time moves, buys, sells, how the portfolio is doing compared to the index. And there's a Discord chat. You get more access to me throughout the week. And of course, you get my posts, my charts, my ideas, all of that good stuff is on Patreon, guys. Link down below, or go to stocksurfast.com/Patreon. And again, shout out to all the members that have been joining. I'll catch you guys on the inside. And with that being said, cheers. Peace out.